This video is brought to you by James McBrien.
Hey, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something that sounds simple, but is actually an incredibly powerful tool for changing your life. We're going to be pulling ideas from The Little Book of Magic Affirmations by Paul Hutchings to really understand how the words we repeat to ourselves, well, how they can totally reshape our reality. All right, let's get into it.
And we're kicking things off with this monster of an idea from the one and only Napoleon Hill. This quote, it's pretty much the engine behind everything we're about to talk about. The idea that you, yourself, can intentionally plant a goal, a purpose, right into your own mind, just by repeating it. It sounds almost too simple, right? But trust me, the implications are huge.
Now, to really get a feel for how powerful this is, a quote isn't quite enough. We need a story. So let's take a look at the author's own journey, which didn't start from a place of strength or confidence, but from a moment of pure rock-bottom desperation.
So picture this. A little over 10 years ago, the author, Paul Hutchings, was at the end of his rope. I mean, he was living in a mobile home, barely making ends meet, and for 4 years straight, his business had been failing. And he had a family to support through all this. One night, it all became too much. He literally dropped to his knees and just cried out for help. And what happened next is what changed his entire life. He found a book that introduced him to this kind of mysterious power of affirmations. Now look, he was skeptical for sure. Who wouldn't be? But he was desperate enough to try anything.
So what did he actually discover in that book? Well, he found a way to consciously, deliberately reprogram his own mind. So let's break down what that even means. Okay, at their core, affirmations are just positive statements you repeat to yourself. But it's not about just, chanting happy thoughts. The real goal here is to systematically rewire your brain, to upgrade your self-image, build real, unshakable confidence, and point your entire being, like a compass, directly at your goals. It's all about taking back control of that little voice inside your head.
And this leads to a pretty wild and, honestly, a kind of unsettling question that comes from the classic book Psycho-Cybernetics. And that question is, are we all just walking around hypnotized? The book's answer is, yeah, kinda. See, most of us have unconsciously downloaded programming and suggestions from the world around us, and now our subconscious is just running those programs on autopilot, day in and day out.
And this lays out the battle perfectly. On one side, you've got this constant stream of outside programming, right? TV commercials, the news, the opinions of other people. That all leads to living life on autopilot. But on the other side, you have self-programming, and affirmations are the tool that lets you do that, to consciously build your own beliefs and choose your own thoughts. It's the difference between being a passenger in your own life and grabbing the steering wheel.
Okay, I know what some of you are probably thinking. This all sounds a little out there, a little woo-woo, maybe? But what the author found, and what we're about to look at, is that there's a growing mountain of actual scientific research that backs up this whole idea of mind conditioning.
Check this out. A study from the Journal of Positive Psychology found that after only 21 days of practicing positive affirmations, people saw real, measurable jumps in their self-esteem, their optimism, and their overall happiness. I mean, just think about that for a second. A simple daily habit creating a noticeable impact in just 3 weeks. That's pretty amazing.
And it doesn't stop there. Another study, this one from the Journal of Clinical Psychology, found similar results. After 8 weeks, people reported being in a better mood, feeling less stressed, and even sleeping better. So the big takeaway here is pretty clear. This is not just wishful thinking. It's a practice that has real, documented effects on our well-being.
All right, so we've got the story, we've looked at the science. Now for the most important part. How do you actually do this? How can you start taking control of your own mental programming? Let's get practical. The process is actually really simple. First step, choose them. Pick affirmations that really click with you. They've got to be specific, positive, and, this is key, they have to be believable to you. If saying I'm a millionaire feels like a lie right now, the book has this brilliant little hack. Just start with I am in the process of becoming a millionaire. See how that just softens it and makes it easier for your brain to get on board? Okay, second step, repeat them. Every day, mornings and evenings are perfect. And third, be patient. You got to be persistent. This isn't a magic pill. It's more like a daily workout for your mind.
But hang on, before you run off and start writing your affirmations, there is one last absolutely crucial rule. It's the missing ingredient, and without it, the whole thing is basically useless. This is what separates daydreaming from actually creating results.
And here it is, this powerful line from the great Jim Rohn. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. This is the ultimate reality check. You can't just sit on the couch repeating, I am healthy and fit while eating potato chips all day. It doesn't work like that. The affirmations are there to build the belief and the mindset you need to then take disciplined action. Faith without works, right? Same deal here. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one last thought from the book that really just puts a bow on everything we've talked about. The truth is, your mind is going to be conditioned one way or another. That's not up for debate. The only choice you really have is, by who? Is it going to be the advertisers, the news, the cynics around you, or is it going to be you?
So if you want to go deeper and actually get the tools to start conditioning your own mind for success, the author is giving away a free copy of the book that inspired this whole explainer. All you have to do is go right now to www.smartgoalsapp.com/magic for your complimentary copy of the Little Book of Magic Affirmations.